Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. Welcome back to another video. Gruul, the color combination of red and green, is a popular option in Magic the Gathering, known for its aggressiveness, ramp and stompy strategies. While commanders such as Omnath and Locus of Rage often steal the spotlight, there are many underrated Gruul commanders that can be just as fun and powerful to play. In this video, we'll take a look at some overlooked Gruul commanders that are definitely worth trying out. Before we do take a look at these underrated commanders, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more awesome commander videos. So without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's check out these commanders. Number 1. Samut, Vizier of Naktamun. A legendary creature human warrior cleric that costs 1 green, 1 red, and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 3 toughness and says the following. First strike, vigilance, haste. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, if that creature entered this turn, draw a card. Okay, Samut is a very good commander, especially considering how she only costs a total of 3 mana to cast. She has a lot of excellent keywords for such a low casting cost. First strike, vigilance and haste are fantastic to start our strategy early, but the icing on the cake is that card draw. Many Gruul commanders do not offer card draw, and Samut has it attached in a fantastic manner. To achieve this card draw, there is a small catch. The creature has to deal combat damage to a player and it has to have entered this turn. This may come across slightly tricky to achieve, but in all honesty, it's not. The color Gruul has many options to give us access to haste. Furthermore, many creatures within the Gruul color pie have haste already attached. I believe Trample is going to be very handy here as well, as we need to deal combat damage to a player. Trample can help us get there. If you can get your hands on some evasive creatures with haste, this can really help. So, for this deck to flourish, we need aggressive cards, haste and trample. We need to be dealing combat damage rapidly and draw cards to keep us fueled. Here are 2 excellent cards you could run with this commander. Loyal Apprentice. This is a fantastic creature that only costs 2 total mana to cast, so it can come out early and help us start our game plan. It says the following. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. That token gains haste until end of turn. So with this Thopter, we have access to a fast evasive creature with haste that can help us draw a card every turn, as long as no one can block it of course. Solid card. Another great card option is Rhythm of the Wild. This is an excellent enchantment card that will stop our creatures from being countered, and it can give us Riot when they enter, which is amazing. This means our non-creature spells will enter with your choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste, which is fantastic for this themed deck. Overall, if you're looking for an explosive, aggressive and fun deck to play, Samut is a great choice, and you can buy this commander for around $3. Number 2. Wort the Raidmother, a legendary creature goblin shaman that costs 2 green red mana hybrid symbols and 4 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. When Wort the Raidmother enters, create 2 1/1 red and green goblin warrior creature tokens. Each red or green instant or sorcery spell you cast has Conspire. As you cast the spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it and you may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, I get it, I know what you're thinking, and yes, this is one ugly looking creature. But don't let that appearance fool you. Wort the Raidmother is, in my opinion, severely underrated and a very good commander. You hardly ever see her at the table, but she's incredibly powerful and fun to play. One of the best things about Wort is her Conspire ability, which is highly unique and enjoyable, especially in the commander format. With Wort as your commander, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can tap 2 creatures you control with shared colors to copy that spell. This effectively doubles your spell output, leading to some insane value, especially when you're casting game-changing spells that can swing the momentum into your favor. What makes Wort even better is her versatility. You can build her in a variety of ways. One very cool way is to focus on massive X spells, like Comet Storm. Things were easier to achieve, as when Wort enters, she creates two 1/1 red and green goblin tokens, what we can use to help get the conspire stuff going on, since they count as both the color red and green. Another very cool spell you can use to combine with this commander is Gutter Snipe. The reason for this choice is chances are we are probably focusing on that conspire mechanic. It means we are going to be casting a lot of instant and sorcery spells, meaning Gutter Snipe is going to help us dish out plenty of damage over the game, with 2 damage to each opponent per instant or sorcery spell we cast. Superb value here, superb creature. Plus, it's a goblin, so it fits in theme with Wort as a goblin tribal commander. If you want to go that way, of course. All in all, Wort is an awesome commander who doesn't get nearly enough love. If you're looking for something unique, powerful, and a ton of fun to play, she's absolutely worth trying out. And you can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Number 3, Hallar the Firefletcher. A legendary creature elf archer that costs 1 green, 1 red, and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Trample. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on Hallar. Then Hallar deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it to each opponent. You know, I'm always surprised how little I see this commander. Every time I do see Hallar, I always think how awesome it looks. There may not be enough kicker spells in the format now, perhaps that's why we don't see this commander so often. However, if you can get your hands on enough kicker spells, a great kicker tribal deck can be made with this commander, and that sounds like an absolute blast. Find some ways to add more counters on Hallar. Thankfully, green has access to many cards that can do this. Then we can really start outputting global opponent damage each time we cast a kicker spell. The more counters we have on our commander, the more global opponent damage we can do. Forgotten Ancient will be amazing here. Bring on the burn. Here are 2 other great cards that you could use to help get things going with this commander. Invigorating Surge, an instant spell that has the capability to double the amount of +1/+1 counters on Hallar. This can be deadly for opponents. And another great card is Wolfbriar Elemental, a great creature which can scale very well into the late game. If it is kicked, we can create a lot of wolves. It all depends on the amount of mana that we pump into it. It could be a solid card to help us defend or attack and win with. Overall, Hallar is a highly unique and fun commander to pick up, brew and play with, so why not give it a chance? You can buy this commander for around 35 cents, making it very budget friendly. Hey everyone, fun little fact. Only around 13% of you watching this video are actually subscribed to me. So, you guys from the larger percentage who are coming back to view these videos, maybe think about subscribing. That would really make my day. Okay, let's dive back into this video. Number 4, Stonebrow Krosan Hero. A legendary creature centaur warrior that costs 1 green, 1 red, and 3 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Trample. Whenever a creature you control with trample attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So this is a fun one and pretty much helps us guide us on how to build a deck with Stonebrow as our commander. Trample Tribal. Adds many creatures as you can to the deck that have trample. Then with Stonebrow out, whenever a creature we control with trample attacks, it gets buffed by +2/+2, which isn't a huge amount. However, if you've got like 5 creatures with trample attacking, this can massively buff out the amount of damage that we're doing during combat. Here's a cool creature that you could run with this commander. Goreclaw, Terror of Klaus Sesma. This is a fantastic creature which is going to help reduce the casting cost of our large creature spells and even buff up our creatures by +1/+1 whenever they attack. They also can gain trample. So all of this synergizes very nicely with the commander Stonebrow. Overall, Stonebrow offers a simple yet highly effective strategy. Sometimes having a deck that doesn't require too much focus can be refreshing, so if you're looking for something a bit more chilled, then this commander is a great choice. You can buy this commander for around 70 cents. Number 5, the final commander on my list today. Neyith of the Dire Hunt. A legendary creature human warrior that costs 2 green and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 generic and either 1 red or green mana. If you do, double target's creature's power until end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able. Okay, Neyith's abilities are centered around fighting and forcing opponents to make tough decisions, which fits perfectly with her flavor as a hunter. Her two main abilities are, she rewards you for forcing creatures to fight, e.g. with cards like Prey Upon, allowing you to get some nice card draw when your creatures do fight. This also works when they become blocked, which is also very nice. She also offers forced blocking. She can force opponents to block your creatures, which can be used strategically to clear the way for our attacks. Plus, she doubles our creatures' powers when doing this, which can lead to some massive combat plays. These abilities combined make her gameplay fun and highly interactive, encouraging creative deck building and on-the-fly decision making. There are multiple ways you can build this commander. You can focus on high-powered creatures that will dominate fights whenever they attack, or you can go the fight route, use spells that make your creatures fight with other creatures on the board, which is very, very nice since her kit synergizes very well with this and you get to draw cards. Finally, if you wanted, you could also focus on combat tricks, build around forcing blocks and leveraging combat damage triggers. It's all up to you as a player. Personally, I think focusing on a mix of large creatures and some nice fighting spells can lead to a really enjoyable deck with Neyith as your commander. Thankfully, Gruul has access to many of these sort of cards. A must-have card though in my opinion for this deck is Wort Tracker. This is a 1-drop and it is superb and does everything we need for this commander to shine. For 1 generic and 1 green mana, and of course tap, target creature you control fights another target creature. This is fantastic, and with it being a 1-drop, it can come out as early as turn 1. Superb card. Overall, Neyith of the Dire Hunt is a fun and great commander because she combines unique mechanics, card advantage, and a flexible playstyle that really does reward deck creativity and loves good old interaction. A solid Gruul commander for sure that is highly underrated. You can buy this commander for around $15. Okay, we've arrived to the end of the video. What do you all think of the commanders I've listed? Have any of you played these commanders before? Are you thinking about building them? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, I'd love to know if you have any underrated Gruul commander options. If you do, let me know. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Could you please drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future commander content. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.